here we are. I remember very, very clearly, ages ago, we put a pin in a calendar saying 7th of July. And sure enough, 7th of July, here we are. We are about to launch, and it is almost it feels like a miracle has taken place, because this week, this last 7 days has been absolutely trying for everyone on the team. Let me show you just a glimpse of what we've been through. We've just heard the news that South East Queensland is going into lockdown. The whole country's gone crazy. The papers are talking about all sorts of things, and all of them have an impact on what we're doing, or a potential impact. We are in a really interesting decision-making process right now. We've basically got we've got a few options, but the two primary ones are, stay or go, basically. Do we persist? This is all subject to what the team decides, because this is a team decision for sure. But if I've got anything to do with it, we are going to push. We're going to say, stuff the virus. Let's make this happen. The thing that we're excited about is making a difference for kids. Our supporters are counting on us to make good decisions. You know, we've said to you that we're going to do something, and we have to, hell or high water, get it done. Stay tuned for the decision-making process to fully roll out. Guys, we will do everything we possibly can to get this helicopter off the ground and get this message of hope into the hearts of the people that need it. As soon as we find out what the outcome's going to be, it's either going to be that we can leave or we can't leave. And in the event that we can't, then we simply plan for how do we make the most of the time that we have on the ground.
If we needed to, we could come down the guts, straight down to Alice Springs and into Adelaide.
Can you think of any issues? Anything you can think of if we changed the plan and pivoted to go straight down?
I'm actually, one of my things this weekend is I'm going to look at a plan B to come down the middle. The worst situation that I can have you in is to take you into a state and having to put you in quarantine, in a quarantine hotel for 14 days.
We've spoken about it a fair bit. We plan for departure in 7 days. If not, we extend, and then we just make the most of that extended period. If in the event that we depart and we run into border issues, we reroute, and in simple terms, we just make the most of what we can do and achieve.
Hey everyone, Cassie here. I am just going through all of my camera gear, getting it ready for the trip. So while I've got it all out, I thought that I might as well show you. My laptop here is going to be the most trusted item throughout the trip. I've got 2 hard drives, so all up I have about 7 terabyte of space. I've got 8 batteries for my Sony. This Sony is going to be my main camera, the A7 III. This has a 28 to 75 millimeter lens on it. I've got the second camera, which is the Sony ZV-1. This one is really small and portable, which is going to be great for those kind of shots where I can't have a big massive camera. It'll be good just to have as a second camera as well. I've got my audio equipment here. I have a couple Rode mics with lapels. I also have a Rode handheld mic. We are also going to have this branded, so you will see the Kids+Champions labeling all over it. All right, so in terms of GoPros, the plan is I will have 2 inside the cabin of the chopper. One will be mounted to this suction cup, which will be on the front windscreen looking back at the people flying, similar to this shot here. The second one inside the cabin will be mounted to the roof behind the back passengers. So this will look frontwards, straight out the front windscreen. The third GoPro will be attached to this. It doesn't look like much now, but this mechanism is going to be mounted to the exterior of the helicopter. So this will get those really awesome shots from the outside of the chopper. Another essential item to my kit is the Mavic 2 Pro drone. This is going to be such a good item when it comes to getting those sweeping aerial shots. Another DJI item is my Ronin S. If I'm not using this, I will either be handheld or I'll be using this item, which is my tripod. Now it seems like a lot of gear when it's all laid out on the table, but I can actually fit majority of it into this backpack. So I can fit majority of my camera gear into this section, and then I can put all the extras, all the cleaning equipment, batteries, cords, cables, everything can go in this top section. It also has an awesome spot for my laptop to sit. I've also got this little sling bag. I can fit anything that I need for the day in this bag. SD cards, extra batteries, audio equipment, anything like that can fit into this little bag, and I can just sling it over my shoulder and we're good to go. So that pretty much wraps up all my camera gear, guys. I better get packing because there's only a couple days left until takeoff, and there is quite a bit here. I hope it all fits in the chopper.
I just had to get outside. I've been staring at my computer screen for, just countless hours. We are days away from leaving and there is just so much to do. And if I could describe how I'm feeling at the moment, it's a very, very strong mix of two things. One is excited for the known and the unknown, all the things that we can predict, but all the things that we just have no idea that's coming at us. And I'm really excited about that. But I'm also quite deeply anxious because there's so many things that we have to think about and prepare for, because we want to get this right. We've got one crack at this. It's all or nothing, basically. And we've put so much into this. I've invested ridiculous amounts of money into it personally, and I just have to make sure that it works. So there's definitely pressure. There's definitely pressure.
Hey guys, it's Chris here. One of the main things we're working on in these last few days is actually the Kids+Champions messaging funnel. The first thing we ask them to do is leave a message of hope and support that we can hand deliver to kids to remind them that they are still important and that they matter. The next thing we ask them to do is whether they're willing to chip in $6 to provide 1 hour's worth of Kids Hope mentoring for one child. The next step, or the final step, is become a champion and help raise even more awareness and more funds for the program. Now, most of the pages have come together and they're looking quite good, but we've still got a lot to do on the back end to connect all the pages together and to make sure that everyone gets the right messages at the right time depending on where they are throughout that funnel.
We know that we're going to travel 20,000 kilometres. We're going to touch down in 46 towns and we're going to meet hundreds of awesome kids around the country. What we don't know is how we're going to fit all of this cargo into this tiny helicopter. Welcome back to the beautiful Heckfield, folks. Here we are with the machine and we have got a fair bit of work to do today. We had an application for the role of co-pilot, interviewed the guy thoroughly, found out that his qualifications just were not a suitable match. So we have had to give him the boot. But we are here to test pack the machine. As you can see, we've got luggage everywhere, and we just wanted to make sure that firstly it would get in, and secondly we weren't overweight. And I think we're looking pretty good. Let me show you around the machine. There's a few little secret hidden spots where we can find a place to put our luggage, including just down in here inside the seat. We've got 4 seats, so we've got 4 little compartments in there where we can stow our gear. We're limited to weight. We can only have a certain amount of weight in the whole thing, a certain amount of weight on every seat, and a certain amount of fuel and all sorts of interesting things. But one of the things that you may not be aware of, and we're learning all about right now, is what we need to take on a trip like this. We've got a full survival kit, including everything from flares to spare batteries and bandages and all sorts of things. We've even got food that just never goes off, so that if we find ourselves stuck in the middle of a desert somewhere, we've got about 3 to 5 days worth of food supplies, plus water. So there is nothing luxurious about this at all. We're taking bare minimums and also survival gear. So this is going to be a real challenge. Like from the minute we set off, we're always challenged by things like timing and weather and endurance and all sorts of things. So we just want to share a bit about the trip with you, just so that you know what we've got to do and what we've got to plan for, because it certainly has been quite a challenge. We can't wait for some of the human interactions to commence. In fact, one of our first, if not the first, is what we're about to experience right now. We're driving to a family's home, and this is the first time we've met them, so I'm really pleased that you're with us to witness this. This is a family, beautiful people, and they've been through a very tough situation. No one ought to have to deal with what they are currently dealing with and have been through. The kids are putting themselves back. There's 3 young kids and a single mother, all of whom are just putting their lives back together after being in a difficult situation. So now, we're about to go there and talk to them about this amazing experience that we're going to create for them. Show me again. Oh, yours is a bit better than mine. Can I get some? Bang! You do it. Ah! Ow! 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 beautiful thing is that the mother, she feels as though this experience is going to be something that stays with these kids forever, and it's going to be something that just takes them out of their current circumstance and gives them something to be happy about and excited about. You being a part of this project and them knowing that there's people like you involved, it makes all the difference. Because just me rocking up by myself, that's okay, but you and countless other people around the country saying, yeah, we're here for you guys, we care about you, you matter. That's a big, powerful message. So I'm so glad that you're with us, because you do make a difference. Send us a message, send them a message. Throw some money at the project, because this is important stuff.
Hey guys, it's Chris here, and we are now in the final stages before the Kids+Champions tour takes off. In the last video, I talked about the Message of Hope funnel and what it is we're hoping to achieve. And I'm going to show you what the pages actually look like, but I thought I'd give you guys a sneak peek about what things are looking like now after we've had a bit more time to put things together. Once someone actually fills in their name and the details here and the Message of Hope, they're going to then go through to this particular page here. And they're going to be asked to chip in $6 to provide 1 hour's worth of mentoring for a vulnerable Aussie child. If someone clicks on this whole, yes, I'll chip in to provide a mentor for 1 hour, they're going to come through to this particular page here, which is where they can actually chip in what they can. And then the final page of this is basically thanking them for making a donation, and then ask them to take the next step, which is signing up and becoming a champion.
Hey everyone! I think we're all busy now, trying to tie in the loose ends and making sure we are dotting the I's and crossing the T's. I actually had a very fruitful day today. I had a conversation with Matt Griffiths, who I've been speaking to for quite some time actually. He's from the Rotary Club in Bundaberg, and there's also a likely ABC interview coming up out there when Wayne and Cass are in Bundaberg. I also had a word with the Cairns Council, and they referred me to Act for Kids that I'm yet to reach out to. They also work with vulnerable children, so I'm hoping we can line up some meetings out there as well. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Very, very excited. And I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye.
One of the most frequent questions that people are asking me at the moment is, how are you feeling? Because I guess they're trying to get an insight into what's going on for me right now, because we literally are 2 days away from leaving. And so I guess this is sort of peak emotional state. And I'm scared. And one of the things that this has really brought very close to me, close to my heart and deep into my mind is am I good enough? Am I good enough to make this project successful? And I've never done this before, and I've got a massive amount of emotions invested in doing it well. It's our departure dinner, and anyone who's on the Gold Coast who knows about us is here. Well, there might be a few others that are not here, but we're just here having a couple of beers, having a bit of pizza, because tomorrow is the big day.
Let's get into it.
Guys, it means a lot to me, and I hope I can speak on behalf of the team to see you all here.
Contributed another $8,700. It's a tremendous boost, not only to individual children, but to the communities as well.
I feel humbled that to be the recipient, not me, but representing the organization in the work that you're doing.
Well, we have been through a lot, but here we are at the start line, despite weeks and weeks of prep, talking to you, building a relationship, and building a platform that we can use to do this whole thing. We're at the start line now, you're with us, we're pumped, we're about to set off, and guys, at the risk of using a cliche, you've seen nothing yet. Just wait until you see what we've got in store for you. Stay with us, guys. This is going to be an amazing journey.